Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International School of Tanganyika's graduation ceremony for the class of 2018. My name is Jeremy George and I'm the IB Diploma Coordinator at IST. Before we start, I'd like to remind you of a couple of housekeeping points. First of all, we have a photographer who will be taking pictures throughout the ceremony, and I ask you to keep to your seats so that he can take photographs. Digital photographs will be shared with you after a few days. Also, please be reminded to turn your mobile phones off or keep them on silent, please. Lastly, we hope very much that you enjoy this celebration and share memories as you watch the class of 2018 graduate this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remain standing as we welcome the IST teaching faculty, the class of 2018, and sing the Tanzanian national anthem. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to parents, relatives, invited guests, faculty and staff, members of the IST Board, the IST Alumni Association, and our soon-to-be IST graduates. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2018. Today is a celebration of all of your hard work and effort, and a culmination of your school experiences here at IST. I hope that you look back on your memories with fondness and that you felt challenged, supported, and inspired to reach your full potential and improve the world. I know that you are ready for your next adventures, and we all share your excitement as you look forward to the limitless opportunities that exist for you in the future. That being said, as you look forward today, don't forget to be present and mindful of this significant milestone. I advise each of you to cherish these moments and take time to pause, reflect, and enjoy this celebration. Be willing to be recognized and acknowledged for the special place you will always hold in the history of our school as the class of 2018. Finally, I would also ask you to stay in touch. As members of this school community, we all share a bond and recognize that it is the people here that make IST such a special place for students. We all know that you will go on to accomplish great things, and as alumni, we are excited for you to stay connected with the school and to continue to support future generations of IST students. In closing, I trust that you will enjoy this afternoon's graduation ceremony. I want you to be proud of all that you've accomplished because we are all very proud of you. Thank you and congratulations.
Good afternoon. To those of you seated in the audience, on stage you will see 79 candidates for graduation. I say candidates because they're not yet officially graduates. By the end of the ceremony, they will become IST alumni. Whether by fate or chance, somehow each one of these individuals ended up on this stage today to become members of the class of 2018. Today, we celebrate them as a collective group, but also as individuals, each one of them with their own personal narrative, each one with their own hopes, dreams, and aspirations for the future. While it's impossible to paint a full picture of this class, there are two visual references that give you some idea of this group. You may have noticed the 27 flags that are hanging in the covered court area outside, each one representing a home country for one or more of these students. The visual shows the diversity of the group. At IST, we view diversity as one of the strengths of our community because it creates an environment where members bring different perspectives, values, experiences, languages, religious and cultural beliefs and traditions. You can probably imagine how this diversity has influenced discussions in their classes, in the courtyard or outside of school. Think about the power of learning and knowledge development in a setting like IST's, where tackling these two particular theory of knowledge questions. Is it really possible to have knowledge of a culture in which we have not been raised? Are those outside a particular religious tradition really capable of understanding its key ideas? The members of the class of 2018 have been able to learn from others who were raised in different cultures and who participated in different religious traditions. This learning culture cannot be recreated in a more homogeneous setting. Members of the class have also taken various paths to get here, some of them recently in Dar es Salaam to finish their high school careers, while others have spent their entire academic careers here. Let's see what this looks like. Seniors, I ask for each one of you to rise. Please stand. So, when I call out a time frame, which would be a grade levels, for when you arrived at IST, I'd like you to sit down. All right? So when I call out time, grade levels that you've arrived, please sit down. All right. All of you that have joined IST within the last 2 years, please sit down. If you joined the school in grades 9 or 10, please sit down. Grades 7 or 8, please sit down. 5 or 6. Grades 3 or 4. Grades 1 or 2. Those who are still standing have been at IST their entire academic careers. They are 100% Twiga. They've seen countless numbers of students, teachers, and administrators come and go over the years. Several of them have been here 15 years. It's more than a quarter of the age of IST. Consider that they will soon be joining only the second school of their lives. To you, we wish you the best as you branch out into these uncharted territory. Congratulations. To the members of the class of 2018, you are certainly a diverse cast of characters, and each one of you has left a mark on our community. Whether or not you realize it, somewhere along the way, you have touched the lives of at least one classmate, teacher, administrator, or younger student. I venture to say that yesterday, in the passing of the torch, you inspired at least one fifth grader. Thank you for your contributions to IST over the years. On behalf of the school, we wish you the best with the next stage of your journey. We are proud to have you represent IST as global citizens. And if we've done our job, that we were to have challenged, inspired, and supported you on your way to fulfilling your potential and improving the world. Our expectations are high, yet we are confident that you will rise to the challenge. Thank you.
Honorable guests, distinguished faculty, and distinguished board members of IST, very creditable, proud parents and grandparents, incandescent graduates, friends, a wonderful afternoon to all of you. I often give speeches as an IST alumna, and I'm usually quite confident. Today, however, I'll have to take deep breaths and swallow hard, because amongst these fine, beaming graduates is my own daughter, and children who are very close at heart. I have watched them grow from young, innocent kids to mature, dynamic, well-rounded intellects who are about to leave their nests and begin their individual journeys. The word alumni is defined as a group of graduates or former students of a specific school, college, or university. From the many descriptions of the IST Alumni Association, one of them is to support the school and its students here at IST. Alumni and their achievements are our wealth of resources and an inspiration to future graduates at IST. Be it friends or foe, business networking, or needed influence, a smile, a fond memory, our roots always bring us back to the International School of Tanganyika. As these graduates have said over and over again, once a Twiga, always a Twiga. About 25 years ago, I graduated from IST. Honestly, I don't remember half the words that most speakers said. And so anything I say today, I know most likely will have a very short shelf life. Most alumni remember their experiences, and others make friendships that last a lifetime. Some are excited to part their own way, afresh and anew. Others still haven't a clue. What you will hold on today, though, are feelings that you will cherish from today's graduation ceremony: pride, relief, exhilaration, and gratitude. The memory will last forever and is one you will always share together as class of 2018. As president of the IST alumni, I welcome this group of vibrant and enthusiastic young men and women who on this day have been added to our numbers in hope that they will in turn uphold the name and fame of the International School of Tanganyika. As you, the graduates, leave this afternoon with your diplomas, you are officially IST alumni. On behalf of the IST Alumni Association, I would like to congratulate the class of 2018. So my soon-to-be fellow alumni, seek meaning, focus on your dreams, and begin to live them today, not someday. Remember, you are all your own powerhouse. Dream it and make it happen. Congratulations, class of 2018, and a very warm welcome on board the IST alumni. Thank you.
Good afternoon, dear students, colleagues, families, and friends. I'm really honored and pleased today to give a speech for a very special person, Hussein Jan Mohammed. Can you please stand? Can you stand? Yeah, thank you. I have to say I had a fantastic and happy 3 years with you and all our friends from grade 12. I am very proud of your achievements. I will always remember the wonderful students you have been, and I miss already your funny energy and sense of humor. Hussein, you played an important role in the joyful, reflective, and engaged learning atmosphere of the class. I have to say I am very grateful and feel lucky that I have been teaching you French for 3 years, and I hope you have learned from me as much as I learned from you. I have to admit, humbly, that you beat me on the use of French idiomatic expression compared to how much I'm able to use some in English. But even, it was supposed to rain today, so I wrote, even if it rains, cats and dogs today. Hopefully it rains, but it doesn't rain. So even if I am afraid as one's own shadow, even if making a speech in English in front of all of you gives me the heebie-jeebies, I am so proud of introducing the amazing person that you are. Making a speech about you is not easy, though, and I feel like a nervous Nelly. I have been so impressed about how fast you have progressed during these past years. Now you're ready to go to France and give a French lesson to anybody there. You are very conscious that learning is a blessing, and you always give your best, no matter what. We have one life, and we can choose to see it as a precious diamond. We are the jewelers of our lives. We shape it, we put the colors in it, we give the shades, the nuances, and the beauty. Your maturity is a gift that allows you to see that already. So now, dear little diamonds, you will be exposed to different weathers. Don't forget to protect and nurture your light inside you, and never let anybody take it away from you. You are all unique and must be proud of your uniqueness. I will pass on to you some advice from a tree. Yes, a tree. A tree? Yeah. Stand tall and proud. Go out on the limb. Remember your roots. Drink plenty of water. Be content, water. Be content with your natural beauty. Enjoy the view. I would add, breath. Always remember we have to be our best friends. Do not forget to breathe. So my dear saint, leave no stone unturned. Let your freak flag fly.
Teachers, family, friends, and graduates, good afternoon. Today is truly a day of celebration. It is a day to celebrate the countless things our parents have sacrificed to make us who we are. It is a day to celebrate the time and effort that our teachers have so selflessly given us. It is a day to celebrate everything, big and small, that has led to this moment. It took me quite a while to think about what I wanted to say in this speech, and I finally decided that the most important ideas to include in this speech and the best way to cram as much information into the time limit, as we are all very, very experienced in doing, was to give 3 pieces of advice to all of you, and especially the graduates, of course, that I feel will resonate with you. The first thing I want to say to you is be selfless. And who better to learn this from than our very own teachers? When I joined IST, what truly struck me the most was the teachers who were so determined and so selfless in helping us succeed. I remember walking into Ms. Kumar's room in the morning, and she'd greet me with a smile, more than willing to help. Then again, I would come at short break, and again at long break, and she would still be as willing to help. From Miss Evie's relentless motivation, get there, to Miss Blackmeyer's wisdom, and Miss Isabel's positivity, good morning, my little chickens. You've all gone so many extra miles for us, and our sincerest gratitude goes out to you today. The second piece of advice is be a portrait. And by that, I mean picture yourself in your mind as you want to be. Decide what your portrait will look like by choosing what is most important to you and placing that in the portrait, so that as you go through your day-to-day life, you have this image of your future self crystallized in your head. Of course, this image will change, but in your portrait, ensure you always have a smile. I've realized that in life we will always be fighting several battles at once. But such challenges will seem challenging until we embrace being challenged. These moments can transform us and bring out the best in us. And by seeing these challenges as opportunities, you are choosing to keep a smile on your portrait. My third piece of advice to you is to be grateful. Perhaps it is most important today to celebrate our parents and families who have endured through all of our hardships and always been there for us. I know that for me, the credit for all my successes and who I am goes to my parents. Ever since I was a kid, you sacrificed so much that if I started listing all those sacrifices, I'd miss my university graduation. I am eternally grateful for all that you've done. And to my sister, Alicia, I still remember the time when we were kids. You were trying to teach me algebra, and I just couldn't understand. And you kept on trying and trying, showing me that you'd always be by my side. That was just one of the countless things you've done for me. To our families who have supported us and loved us, thank you for being our alarm clocks, our shoulders to cry on, our doctors, our teachers, motivational speakers, and for all the love that you've given us. Today, this graduation is also for you. Finally, to my fellow graduates, never forget who you are and all that we've learned from these role models. The power of sacrifice, the value of hard work, and the importance of always being there for those you love. Wherever you go in life, these values will give you direction and a strong sense of identity. Be confident in who you are and what you stand for, and believe in your heart that you can do anything that you set your mind to. Usually at such an event, people would quote great change makers or great philosophers, and so I find it fitting to quote my mom. She always says, when obstacles come our way, close your eyes, imagine your future, and then work for it. We get to define what we can do. We've achieved a lot throughout these years. We've organized phenomenal events, broken ICEA records, given TEDx talks, performed on numerous stages, served our community, and achieved so much that boldly expresses who we are as a class of 2018. Throughout all this, we've toiled together, we've laughed together, we've asked for extensions together, and I will truly treasure all of our friendships. On behalf of all the graduates, our love and gratitude goes out to all of you for the monumental roles that you have played and continue to play in our lives. Class of 2018, I can't wait to see how much we can do. Until next time, thank you.
Distinguished guests, faculty members, board members, of course, proud parents, family members, and of course, our graduating class. Each year, one of our IST students is recognised for their contribution to the arts by way of the Jagpreet Lumber Award. This recognises their efforts and commitments and contributions in more than one art form. Jagpreet Lumber was born in 1982 in Tanga, Tanzania, and joined IST in grade 2 in 1989. He was in the graduating class of the year 2000. Jagpreet Lumber, also known as Jay to his friends, was heavily involved in the arts program at IST. He participated in many plays throughout his school life, often taking the lead role. He was in high school IB plays, 24-hour dramas, Commedia dell'arte, often in fashion shows, walking the ramp. He was seen everywhere throughout the school community. He loved every aspect of stage life, and he even performed a lead role in plays at the Little Theatre. Jagpreet also loved music and was never seen without his Discman or iPod. He played the recorder as one of his first instruments, also playing violin, guitar, piano, the tabla, and finally settled playing the saxophone in the high school band at school. In visual arts, sketching and drawing weren't so much his strengths, but his creative ability lay in drawing speech bubbles around photos with silly comments. He loved to take photographs of himself, the sunrise and the sunset. He loved both the sea and the sky. In his short life of 24 years, he left a legacy for us all: to love everyone, to love life, and to enjoy and cherish each moment of it. The Jagpreet Lumba Creative Arts Award was created to honour Jagpreet's love of the arts and to recognise his contributions to the arts at IST. This award goes to a student who has shown outstanding commitment, effort and achievement in more than one art form. Based on this description, there are many students who could fit this bill. There have been 20 students this year in our graduating class who have either completed visual art, music, or theatre as one of their 6 subjects. And these students, I'm sure, can tell you that it's tough work, full of long hours, often leading to more answers than questions, more ideas than finished works. But they are all artists, and artists push through the self-doubt and vulnerability to persevere. They put themselves out there, they get involved, they take risks, and they take every opportunity to keep making art. And this is especially true for the talented recipient of this year's Creative Arts Award. My first impression of this student was that she was an incredibly energetic and enthusiastic student. One of my first conversations that I had when I joined IST with this student was about why there weren't more students involved in the arts at IST, and how could we do this? How could we get more students involved? She was always encouraging the love of arts among other students. It was very evident from that very first conversation. She was a music student back then, but she decided to pursue a theatre at the diploma level so that she could pursue 2 passions. This student exemplifies what it means to be an artist in the IST community. She takes creative risks in her own work. She demonstrates leadership and encourages others. And her passion and her perseverance are demonstrated in her high level of academic achievement. This young woman is brave, authentic, independent, and caring. This student is Simran Patel. You'll have to stand there for one more minute, Simran. You can stay right there. Over the last 2 years, Simran has displayed her love for both theatre and music. She performs and plays in the bands. She's attended ICEA band trips, been part of the London trip to the IST Theatre Festival. She's reignited the Ignite Festival, volunteered at Arts Out Loud, and even supported the middle school play as a mentor to young performers. Simran has created original works of theatre that challenge and inspire her audiences to think deeper about issues important to her own experiences, including the pressure to succeed and being influenced by one's environment. She has laughed and felt pride at the joys of creating something new, She has cried the tears of disappointment and frustration when it didn't quite work how she had envisioned. And she has dragged her peers through the complexities of collaborative creation to develop work to be proud of. Simran has been a role model to younger students. She's been a member of the band, but most of all been a leader for the younger students, helping to organise, helping to lead sessions, but most of all, always encouraging people to enjoy what they're doing. Simran, we want to thank you for being such an influential and inspirational part of the arts culture at IST. Thank you for pushing yourself and for challenging others to be part of the community. Thank you for sharing your thoughtful, creative ideas with us. And thank you for playing your music with us. I couldn't be more proud to award this year's Jagpreet Lumber Creative Arts Award to Simran Patel. Congratulations.
In a world where every second of every day is spent in worry about the future of our lives, of others' lives, we need to find the good that exists around us, not only to help ourselves, but also those who need our help. And to do this, we need to find friendship and love in the midst of all this chaos. This spoken word will include some lessons and metaphors from Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib's book, Nahjul Balagha, The Peak of Eloquence, which is a collection of his sermons, letters, and sayings. If I could choose to be a plucked feather or a bird without wings, I would choose to be the bird without wings, because that way, at least I know my fate is in my hands. I would not be swept up by the wind in hopes of finding refuge like the feather. I would not be forcefully taken by the unruly spirals created by the whisper of the clouds. I would be able to move, to live, to breathe, to love, just like every other bird. If there's one thing that being a wingless bird has taught me, is that once I let go of my wings, which are symbols of my pride, my greed, my vanity, then only and only then am I truly free. But simply forgetting my tragic flaws is not enough. Being free is not enough. I need to be more than free. You need to be more than free. It is not borders, walls, nor electrically charged barbed wires that keeps us locked behind doors made out of the heaviness of our hearts. No, it isn't. What keeps our souls locked inside our own mortal, dissolvable bodies are our minds. Those minds that refuse to see the rays of hope that polish our skin and brighten our day. Those minds that refuse to accept how the moonlight reflects on a puddle of rainwater so beautifully. It seems like the puddle molded itself just so it could be one with the moon. Do you understand? We can no longer be those people who tremble like ropes in deep wells. No, we have to be stronger than stone so that we cannot be blown by the breeze that controls our every bone. We have to plant our feet firmly on the ground and let the roots of our love grow so deep in the fertile soil that not even a mountain could compare to our commitment. Grow so deep so that they may intertwine with others' roots like the heartstrings that control the movement of our blood. So here's my advice, my dear friends. Grit your teeth, stand strong, for surely a bow cannot fire an arrow without the resistance of a bowstring, and one cannot swing a sword without knowing how to pick it up in the first place, because in today's world, swords aren't picked up by flesh-covered bones, they're picked up by the heart that refuses to stop beating, just like the ocean that refuses to stop swimming towards the moon. If I was a wingless bird, I would remember that even though I don't have wings, I still have limbs. I would remember that even though I cannot fly, I can still soar the sky. I would fold my ambitions into a paper plane and let the wind do the rest of the job. I would remember that my soul isn't an existentialist absurdity and my heart isn't just a beating pound of flesh. No, God has blessed me by engraving on the surface of my skull all those thoughts that remind me of the beauty that exists all around us, but also within us, if only we cared enough to see. Take a moment right now and look around you. You're surrounded by people who care, by people who love, by people who matter, each and every one of you. If you bow your head in shame every time your heart is aflame in fear, all you'll see are the cracked skeletons of the mud underneath your feet. But don't forget to look up, because otherwise you would have never noticed the bright stars that dot the galaxy like smears of glitter on a 4-year-old boy's artwork of the family that he loves, and you would have never realized that the earth and the sky are not reflections of each other, just like the past and the future that are not separated only by a mirror. So tear open your soul, despite the pain. Let yourself merge and be one with this beautiful world. Let your burning candle, started by the flame of hope, illuminate others around you. Be that candle that never burns out. Be that hope that not even the cynical and detrimental words of others can reverberate through the air that we all breathe, that we all share. But most of all, remember that even a wingless bird can fly. Thank you.
We would like to welcome on stage one of the teachers who have been with many of us since grade 9, helping us get on our feet from the start of high school.
We all know her either from her teaching us or rather walking through her class to get to the learning commons or to the courtyard.
Geography class has been and will continue to be a welcome respite from the toils of IB life. It's not the subject, we can promise you. We won't bother to remember all the trivial differences between alpine and paraglacial environments.
It's not the classroom's comfort, even though the AC is always at the perfect temperature, nor is it the amazing group of students we shared time with, the perfect blend of work and play. Geography class was amazing because of one reason, our wonderful teacher.
This fantastic teacher showed us world-class patience with our fellow classmates. Not even random comments on the percentage of male Filipinos in the shipping industries could deter her calm nature. She was always there to support us when we needed to rant or somewhere quiet to study.
Our teacher brought a passionate atmosphere to our class, encouraging us to overcome the inevitable procrastination that every student experiences in the final year of secondary school. We never experienced a dull day in our class, nor did we ever have an unproductive period with her as our teacher.
Even though she allowed her students to be the teenagers we are, one thing was for sure: when she spoke, we listened. Her ability to teach and be a friend at the same time, her spark and fire, her smile that always brightened our day, made all the difference, both in and outside the classroom.
So without further ado, we are pleased to introduce our teacher speaker, Ms. Camilla Alexander Watson.
I love it, I love it.
Graduating class of 2018, parents, teachers, friends, and family, good afternoon. It's a great privilege to be undertaking the somewhat daunting task of speaking on behalf of you, our graduating class. But don't worry, I will keep it brief, as I do have a royal wedding to get to shortly. It's been a pleasure to have known you as a class since grade 9 and to have seen your personalities grow. I've also been fortunate to share many fun and enjoyable memories with you in the classroom and on school trips. In typical teacher fashion, I could describe a range of things that we have taught you during your time here. However, I want to outline what you, the class of 2018, have taught us teachers. You have taught us to push yourself to new limits, whether that's applying to universities and courses you thought were out of your reach, or making progress from the start of IB1 to now in that class you just found that little bit more challenging. You have shown great compassion for others in your Take Action Tuesday groups, from those who are dedicated weekly participants to those who admirably pioneered new and highly valuable activities to advocate for those issues that are important to you. Some of you have taught us just how much you appreciate and love your IST family, as there were those of you who left but just couldn't keep away and had to return for grade 11 or 12. You have shown us resilience in your attitudes, with your dedication and determination to do better, whether that's in an upcoming ICEA, MUN, Reignite, TEDx, or Kili, and one or two of you have even gone to greater lengths in dislocating or breaking the odd bone. You have taught us just how dedicated you are to your passions, from music to sailing and football to theatre. However, we have also learned some more unexpected things from you. New slang, hollop and finna in English written tasks, the term lit in geography, though I'm still not quite sure of its actual meaning. We've learned it's best not to keep chasing a student for a physics IA even after they'd left the school and you had actually forgotten they'd left. We've also learned about your diverse music tastes. From those of you who accidentally connect your phones to our classroom speakers midway through a lesson. We've learned that grade 12s never get bored of playing Quizlet in class, or even musical chairs in biology. We've also learned that a few of you seem to enjoy convincing your teachers of your imaginary hobbies. Friday yoga, anyone? You've taught us just how easy it is for students to confuse classic rock and classical music on a music exam, or even a pancake restaurant in the Netherlands with a rabbit breeding program in Kenya in a geography essay. You've also taught us a range of procrastination techniques, from attempting to distract your teacher by showing off your knowledge of obscure UK coastal towns, watching too many episodes of the same TV show over and over again, and general waffling and stressing about life. But thanks to TOK, does any of what we've learned really matter when we can't actually be sure that we really know well anything? I have attempted to highlight just a small cross-section of some of the many things you have taught us, to remind you of how unique each and every one of you are, and to show you how you have the ability to impact other people's lives even without knowing it. I think it's safe to say that each of you have had your moment to shine. You have definitely added a lot of humor, fun, and energy to IST. And of course, we shouldn't forget those tweegers who left IST along the way and have been an important part in shaping who you are today. So now it just leaves me to offer you some advice. Of course, as critical thinkers, you may not agree with my perspective. But maybe just one or two of these you may take with you as you enter the next stage of your lives. Number one, keep learning. Just because you are leaving school does not mean you need to stop acquiring new knowledge and skills. Even when you finish university, do not naively think that that is the end of your education, as life is an education. Continue to learn about yourself, learn from new experiences, learn from conversations with others, learn from both friends and serendipitous encounters. Number two, stay in touch with who you are. My geographers will be well aware that due to time-space convergence and the shrinking world, it has never been easier to keep in touch. Make an effort with your friends and family in Dar, as these people know you well, have shared in many memories with you, and many will be lifelong friends. Only they and your family knew you as a child. Number three, don't let technology smother you. Listen to a certain teacher's voice in your head when your hand is glued to your phone, your iPad, or your computer. Don't waste hours scrolling through Instagram, as you will never ever get to the bottom. Number four, be open-minded and try new things. We probably already know our strengths and our weaknesses, but these can and should change. Step out of your comfort zone, like I am right now. Try out a new hobby. Say yes to new opportunities that come your way. Number five, stay positive. There will be pyramidal peaks and arid environment-sized canyons along the way, just like the last 2 years of IB, and that's okay. You can learn from these canyons. You have the skills to dig yourself out of them, and you will become stronger for it. Positivity attracts positivity, and positive people are generally great to be around. So, make the time to keep in touch. Make the time to travel to places, to diffuse your cultures, but always remember and treasure the happy memories you have shared here together. We will, of course, miss you all next year, and I truly mean it when I say that I won't enjoy coming to work as much next year without you. No longer will my classroom be used as a grade 12 highway from the courtyard to the learning commons. No longer will my projector be used at break times to watch the latest movie trailer because it just had to be watched on a big screen. No longer will my classroom be used for you to stop by for a chat. Vent your frustrations with the IB. You are done. IB is finished. Life is about the journey. It's everything that happens along the way that is important. The people you meet and the experiences you create. It has been an absolute pleasure for us teachers to have been just a small part of your journey so far. And now you're at the start of a journey which is, as yet, undefined. A wise grade 12 student said to me only a matter of weeks ago, "I don't know what I want to do in the future, but I do know I want to do something that surprises myself." So, off you go, Tweegers. A road, a new path, do things that surprise you, and enjoy every single moment.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to be awarding the B.K. Tana Award this year. This award is presented to a student from the graduating class with the following qualities: high academic achievement, outstanding effort, participation, enthusiasm, and attitude towards athletic activities, positive class participation, exemplary behavior and character, and significant contribution to community and social development. While several deserving students were nominated, it became clear when the faculty met to review the nominees that this student stood out in numerous ways. He is balanced in his commitments, motivated in his academic work, and compassionate in his dealings with students, faculty, and staff. This student sees the world as a place he can change for the better and has been determined to improve the community around them. This young man has made his mark in each of the areas he has participated in. As a member of the volleyball team, his dedication and commitment has allowed his skills to continually improve, and his love for the game has continued well past the season as he continued to volunteer to work with the next generation of ISEA players. He also helped establish the first Roots and Shoots Club here at IST, working with his peers to identify the ways in which we could focus on sustainability while reducing waste. He's also been an active member of Student Council, working with a committed group of individuals to discuss how to contribute to the school community and to acknowledge the work of others. He has served in numerous roles, most recently as a muse to the grade 12 art exhibition. The young man I'm describing is Eli Dearden. You can come over, but you're going to have to listen to the rest of this. You feeling good? Here we go. Eli is a positive force of nature. He is sincere and aware of those around him. He has integrity and the ability to keep problems, large and small, in perspective. It's really appropriate that I found a quote from John Ruskin who said, "The highest reward for a man's toil is not what he gets from it, but what he becomes by it." Eli lives by these words. He doesn't take on tasks for the glory of the end result or the title associated, but rather for the skills and knowledge he knows he is building and for the betterment of those around him. It is rare to see a student who doesn't compare himself to others, but rather works to meet the potential he knows he has. Eli, they say the best things come in small packages, but in your case, this isn't true. But it isn't actually your height that makes you stand out. People often define themselves by their list of accomplishments and awards, but you have shown that how you treat others says much more about who you are. So on behalf of Mr. B.K. Tana and the faculty, it is my great pleasure and privilege to present this to you.
ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna die with a little help from my friends.
What would you do when my love is away?
Does it worry you to be alone?
How do I feel by the end of the day?
Are you sad because you're on your own?
Oh, I get by
with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna fly with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I need somebody to love. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yes, I'm certain that it happens all the time.
What do you see when you turn up the light?
I can't tell you, but I know that it's mine.
Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna fly with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I need somebody to love. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends.
Good afternoon, parents, teachers, faculty, and students. My name is Adrian.
And my name is Zara.
We are here today to introduce you to the
Student Council PRO for this year
football team captain
and the Take Action Tuesday group leader of Language and Action.
She was chosen to speak on behalf of the class of 2018 because we feel she represents the tenacious persistence, open-mindedness, and compassion of our class.
She has studied at multiple international schools, coming into her own during her 4 years at IST. Her open-minded and balanced attitude has made her approachable to anyone and to all.
Not only does she embody the IB learner profile, being unafraid to take risks, always thinking critically, acting with integrity, but she also inspires us and pushes us to do the same.
In some ways, she's like her big sister. She doesn't hesitate to call you out when you've done something stupid. She reassures you when you fail, encourages you when you're struggling, and congratulates and high-fives you when you deserve it.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that that honest, sincere, and genuine personality is something we all respect and look up to. We would like to welcome to the stage our friend,
Tato van der Jacht.
Get the bouquet. Go in the center, go in the center.
Good afternoon, parents, bored older siblings, slightly jealous younger siblings,
relatives that have come from near and far, faculty of our home IST, and finally, the graduating class of 2018. I'd like to start off by saying congratulations to the seniors that sit behind me here today. Next, I'd like to continue with a quote that represents this day perfectly, written by an inspirational figure to our very own generation named Aubrey Graham. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. These 79 students standing here with me today are a representation of many, many journeys. One of my most and least favorite things about IST is that it is just like an airport. Some of us have been waiting for the next flight for 18 years, whilst others, just like me, have been waiting for as little as 4 years. Some of us have come from far, and others have come from near. We represent as many as 27 nationalities that have created a new culture here at IST. I love this airport because we've picked up Arabic and Swahili slang that no one back home would understand. We've watched each other's games, music performances, plays, and boring TOK presentations. I've complained with you about the long lines at immigration, AKA the canteen, and so much more. I also hate this airport because along the way, we've lost many friends to their new paths. What I hope for you all to remember is that this is not the beginning or the end. The journey began 18 years ago. Today just happens to be the day we split off into 79 different directions. Make sure that the next stopover is as lively, creative, exciting, and as beautiful as possible. To support this, I have another quote by Mr. Graham. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Before I go any further, I want to let you know that I'm not here to tell you to reach for the stars and never stop dreaming. In fact, I never really had one of those big dreams. I'm pretty sure I'm too much of an insomniac for that anyway. I never knew or even searched for what university I would study at until I saw the application deadline on ManageBack. I never knew what course I'd take until I realized that only one of them actually accepted math studies. Yet here I am today, standing at this podium, ready to receive my diploma and graduate from high school. On many occasions, us graduates are told to dream and dream big, but I'm here to tell you to wake up. Don't be absent from today. Yesterday is over, and tomorrow doesn't exist yet. Whatever happens, happens now because of everything you've worked for to get to this moment. Anyone can have a big idea, but that means nothing without all the steps in between. Remember your very first class of calculus, trying out for the ICEA team, auditioning for the play, or speaking for the first time at the General Assembly at MUN. We had to experience those firsts to earn that 7, become captain of the team, to get the lead role, or become the chair of the General Assembly. With this, I hope you take more chances and have more firsts. Don't shy away from a great opportunity because failing is inevitable whether we're going to do what we want to or not. So we might as well try doing something that we love. And if at first you don't succeed, do it like your mother told you and don't blame me for the bad advice. So that's my little inspirational message to you all. But to be completely honest, any advice I'd give you right now, you won't remember by tomorrow. What really matters are the feelings of excitement, a little bit of sadness, and loads of pride that have come from so many memories, friendships, and hardships that have enriched and carved our journeys. I wish I could stand here and recall all those moments and give a special thanks to all 79 of you. However, we've connected with each other in too many ways for me to begin to express how grateful I am to have had you a part of my journey. So instead of giving quick shout outs, I will talk about the one time of day we spent together in the VIP airport lounge, otherwise known as the courtyard. Since grade 9, I've kept my eyes on the courtyard, waiting to escape the humid and smelly MPH. Luckily, the time came in IB1, and since then, we've spent our mornings and lunch breaks there together. In the morning, as I step into school, the first thing I see, other than Margaret's big smile, is the courtyard. I walk up those 3 steps, and my attention is pulled to the right, where the notoriously rowdy boys are laughing at the top of their lungs, probably at something Jakob said. Then I look to the left, where the G Squad all sit together with their cups of coffee and hot chocolate as warm as their personalities, listening to the latest Davido song. Then I walk towards the center, where all the lost yet sociable kids hang out
making crazy weekend plans that end up being postponed due to technical difficulties such as IAs, EE, TOK, and other deadly acronyms. On the sides of the trees sit the boys who all share, or shall I say, grab Timo's lunch. On the furthest left are the boys playing with any sort of ball they can find, practicing for their cricket careers. And lastly, on the furthest right are the girls who look like they're going to break out into a Disney musical performance. Together, we embarked on this crazy journey. Some of us were tricked into thinking we could handle 4 HLs. Most of us said we'd stay in Math SL. Others promised themselves that they would finish their EE before the summer break. Fact of the matter is, we played ourselves. Through these 2 years, many things have happened, both good and bad. However, I bet in the middle of it, we wanted to give up and we wanted to pack up and go home. And honestly, that would have been the easier choice. But we stuck through it, and now we're here. We must never forget that part of the reason why we managed to pull through was because of our parents' guidance and them telling us what we actually needed to do, our siblings for enduring our mood swings, our teachers for the outstanding amount of support they gave us, and faculty members for reminding us that it will be okay. And most importantly, the VIP lounge members, the graduating class of 2018. We have been each other's #1 supporters, sitting through every class and every test together, helping each other to do what we need in order to get to this stage of our lives. So remember to thank your friends for all they have done, congratulate them for how far they've come, and wish them well for who they will become. Strength and guidance, all that I'm wishing for my friends. It's been a good run so far, so remember, wake up. You are here right now in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Enjoy it so when you look back on this time, you'll have no regrets, only good memories, strong friendships, lessons learned, and a bomb Instagram feed. Now I'd like to end with one more quote by the one and only Aubrey Drake Graham. May your neighbors respect you, trouble neglect you, angels protect you, and heaven accept you. Thank you.
I have the honor and pleasure of presenting this year's ASA Award for Excellence to an extremely deserving member of the class of 2018. ASA, the Association of International Schools in Africa, created this award in 2008, and this is only actually the 2nd year that IST has participated. ASA schools nominate a student who they feel is worthy of the award, and the ASA Board of Directors confirms successful candidates. As I read the criteria to you, you will see why this has become one of the premier awards for our school. Award winners promote a school environment that is characterized by a sense of hospitality and friendliness, collegiality, and community among students and between students and staff. They demonstrate by example the concepts of service to the human family, either within or outside the school environment. They seek to understand, appreciate, and promote African cultures through service activities, participation in cultural events, or personal expression through African literature, languages, music, art, or dance. And they embrace a worldview which celebrates human unity and diversity. This year's winner has invested countless hours and devoted an enormous amount of energy toward enriching the IST community and the lives of our community partners. She regularly demonstrated the very highest standards of collaboration, organization, effective and reflective skills. Whatever she decides to do, she pours her heart and soul into the task, and the results are typically excellent. Over the years, she's assumed leadership roles in the 2018 TEDx, 2016 GIS conference, and teen girls organization, TIGO. In each situation, She used a steady and reliable approach to set new standards for these projects. When she was faced with challenges, she quickly moved to find solutions, and she got things done. 2 years ago, after realizing that funding for the TGO Career Fair would be delayed, she fronted the organization the money and went out and purchased the necessary supplies for the fair. She was determined to solve the problem so that the fair would go on as planned. And while she was oftentimes seen as an unassuming, polite, but gently assertive leader, you may have also seen and heard her from the upstairs of the MPH, banging on pots and loudly cheering on the Tweegas. This year's ASA Award for Excellence winner is Zara Franceschi.
Dr. Hardman, Dr. Peterson, and members of the Board of Directors. It is my great privilege and honour to present the 2018 candidates for graduation of the International School of Tanganyika. These students have completed the requirements for the IST High School Diploma, and the faculty and I recommend to you that they be granted their diplomas and be declared graduates of the International School of Tanganyika. Would the first row please rise?
Thank you. Fatima Shafiq Abdul Rasul. Next year, Fatima will attend the University of Warwick to study law. Her favorite memory was the Crater Highland ESP trip in grade 9 and being in the Rift Valley. Fatima would like to thank her teachers and her parents for believing in her.
Basleel Ababehu. Basleel will be studying liberal arts at the College of Worcester. His favourite memory was the tough yet really chill journey of climbing Kilimanjaro. Basleel would like to thank God, his family and teachers for their love and support, and his friend for their laughs.
Wissam Abood. Wissam plans to attend the University of Leeds next year to study international business. His favorite memory was attending ISEA track and field with his close friends. Wissam would like to thank his aunt for all the support she has given him. He would also like to thank his father, mother, and Mr. Boglacini for the life and college counseling advice.
Riham Al-Hosni. Riham plans on attending Bellamy's College to study international relations and politics. Her favourite memories are any time spent with her closest friends. She would like to thank Mrs. Bernadetta and Zara.
Insia Alipai. Insia will attend the University of Birmingham studying business and management and marketing. Her favorite memory was watching her friends play cricket in the IB Lounge and having a fun time together. Insia would like to thank all the school staff, her parents, Yakuta, and of course June, for always helping her with anything she needed.
June Alibai. June plans to study accounting and finance at the University of Birmingham. His favourite memories involved MUN, TEDx, and working on the tech team. June would like to thank his mum and dad, Yakuta, Insia, and the rest of his family, his teachers, and all of the amazing friends he made at IST.
Fatima Masuma Aladina. Fatima plans on pursuing nursing at Ryerson University. Her favorite memory was performing and volunteering with her friends and peers at TEDx. She would like to thank her parents, siblings, friends, classmates, and most importantly, Allah.
Gabriela Suarez Alvarez. Gabriela plans on pursuing a liberal arts degree at Quinnipiac University. Her favourite memory was from ISTAs in the Czech Republic and London. Gabriela would like to thank her parents, sister, friends, Miss Rolsey, and all her IB teachers.
Sumanyu Arya. Arya plans to attend the Georgia Institute of Technology to study electrical and computer engineering. His favorite moments have been every moment spent laughing with his friends, and when Adrian said, "I have a dilemma." As cheesy as it is, Arya would like to thank his mom, dad, brother, and of course, his great group of friends.
Nuru Bakresa. Nuru will study law next year at Aston University. Her favourite memory was the grade 11 biology trip with her close friends. Nuru would like to thank everyone who's been with her throughout this experience, including her teachers, family, and friends. She mostly would like to thank God for blessings.
Nico Baston. Nico will be taking a gap year next year to catch up on his German language studies. His favorite memories came from the IB induction trip at the start of grade 11. Nico would like to thank Chanel, Miss Rolsey, and his family for their support.
Tara Benson. Tara will be pursuing environmental sciences next year. Her favourite memory came from swimming at ISEA in Nairobi. Tara would like to thank her mum, her dad, her sister, her friends, and her teachers.
Would the second row please rise? Yeah. Fatima Baloo. Fatima will be attending NYU in the fall. She has too many favorite memories to choose just one. She would like to thank her parents for the late night coffees and supporting her when she needed it, her siblings, her teachers, Margaret and Mr. Mohammed in the library.
Adil Barmal. Adil plans on taking a gap year to pursue his passion of swimming and to train for the 2020 Olympics. His favourite memory is participating in ISEA swimming. Adil would like to thank his parents, teachers and friends.
Nicole Basanga. Next year, Nicole will be studying international relations at Texas State University. Her favorite memories came from the biology ESP trip last year. She would like to thank her mom, dad, grandmother, brothers, and friends for their support, and would also like to thank Miss Isabel.
Jenna Carr. Jenna will be attending IE University in Spain to study behavioural and social sciences. Her favourite memories all come from ESP trips, where she got to know and make friends with people that weren't in her classes. Jenna would like to thank her parents and friends, and especially her teachers.
Keduta William Cheo. Next year, you will find Will at the University of Kent studying international law and legal studies. His favorite memory was playing ISEA basketball when it was hosted here at IST. Will would like to thank his parents, his teachers, the ATL support teachers, his coaches, and Miss Bernadetta.
Elena Cortez. Next year, Elena will take a gap year to continue working and exploring Tanzania. Her favourite memories came from participating in the high school performances. Elena would like to thank her mum and dad for always pushing her to do her best and never giving up on her. She would also like to thank Ms. Patel, Ms. Vashuran, and Ms. Milne for their support.
Saida Datu. Saida plans on studying psychology at the University of Portsmouth. Her favorite memories came from getting out of her comfort zone through the challenging and adventurous ESPs and from climbing Kilimanjaro. Saida would like to thank her motivating siblings, her warm-hearted friends, her influential teachers, and her supportive parents.
Shilen Dorda. Shilen looks forward to attending university in the UK next year to study mechanical engineering. His favourite memory was chilling with the lads in the courtyard at breaks. He would like to thank his mum and dad for being supportive and his sister for giving him advice when he needed it.
Eli James Dearden. Eli plans to pursue liberal arts and sciences at Erasmus University. His favorite memory was playing volleyball with the ISEA teams. Eli would like to thank his parents, his friends, his teachers, and specifically Miss Evie for helping him get there.
Fatima Dowji. Next year, Fatima will be attending King's College London to study public health and social medicine. Her favourite memories were on the IB Biology ESP. Fatima would like to thank Dr. Peterson, her mum, for motivating her, her dad for his support, and Ms. Plackmeyer and Ms. Abramenko for their advice.
Jacob Doppel. Jacob plans on pursuing business and management next year at MCI Innsbruck. His favorite memory came from participating in track and field in Uganda. Jacob would like to thank his peers and his mom and dad for the endless support.
Linnea Ernadal. Next year, Linnea will be taking a gap year in Sweden. Her favourite memories come from spending time with Maxine, Franco, Angelica in the courtyard or learning commons. Linnea would like to thank her mum, dad, her brother, friends, and Ms. Plackmeyer, Ms. Chandler, and Ms. Watson for being her support system.
Ekwa Essentua Ashun. Essentua plans on attending Monash University in Australia to complete a Bachelor in Music Composition and Performance. Her favorite memories came from her numerous performances from talent shows, Pomoja cafes to canteen concerts. Essentua would like to thank Ms. Plackmeyer and her family for their support.
Would the third row please rise? Zara Franceschi. Next year, Zara will take a gap year. She will work. Her favourite memory was going to Chaza Mwamba in grade 8 with Mena, Nadia, Betty, Ollie, John, Omar, Luca, Timo, Tony, and Charlie. Zara would like to thank her parents and her brothers for their support.
Lakshi Priya Gurlamudivetti. Priya plans to pursue a degree in law. Her favorite memories at IST came from her participating in Thyman and in STEM. Priya would like to thank her family and her teachers and her friends for their supports.
Jessie Giant. Jesse looks forward to attending the University of Hull to pursue a degree in law with business management. His favourite memory was singing the Macarena while climbing Mount Meru. Jesse would like to thank Mr. Pardo, Jason, his mum, and his dad for their support.
Akram Bilal Ismail. Next year, Akram plans on attending the University of Rochester to pursue mechanical engineering. His favorite memories were playing in indoor football tournaments and winning the Amazing Race. Akram would like to thank his dad for motivating him and reminding him the ball is in his court. He would also like to thank his mom for her unfailing love and care, and his teachers for reminding him that education is a privilege.
Ahmed Yusuf Jabba. Ahmed is looking forward to studying business and marketing at LAU in Lebanon. His favourite memory came from the end of the year assembly in grade 10. Ahmed would like to thank Ms. Rolsi, Ms. Pooja, Shazab and his mother for their support.
Shazab Jaffer. Shazab will be attending Sir John Cass Business School next year. His favorite memory was giving a TED Talk at this year's TEDx in Upanga. Shazab would like to thank his mother and father and his best friends.
Hussein Rahim Jan Mohammed. Hussein plans on studying business at the University of Toronto. His favourite memories came from spending time with his friends while hiking. Hussein would like to thank God, his mum, dad, Alicia, family, and all his teachers.
Elena Isabel Jarin. Isabel is headed to Purdue University to study brain and behavioral science. She would like to thank her mom and dad, her three sisters, Annie, Gabby, and Monica, Gisela, and her close friends here in Dar, in Chile, and in Bolivia, who have been there for her all these years.
Yuna Jun. Next year, Yuna will be taking a gap year to continue learning and to work. Her favourite memory was during extended homeroom, where she learned various household chores like sewing and ironing. Yuna would like to thank her parents and her friends.
Alexandra Kaczynska. Alexandra is looking forward to attending the University of Glasgow to study digital media and information studies. She would like to thank Ms. Patel and Ms. Plackmeyer, her parents and friends from all over the world for their love and support throughout the past 2 years.
Raj Kakad. Raj is planning on moving to the UK to pursue business management and entrepreneurship. His favourite memory is being part of the IBPL, involving all his close friends. Raj would like to thank his dad for pushing him throughout the 2 years, and his friends, family, and teachers.
Marina Kaleb. Marina will be attending the Erasmus University Rotterdam, focusing on management of international social challenges next year. She would like to thank her friends and her family for their supports.
Muhammad Ali Khalifa. Muhammad Ali is heading to the London School of Economics next year to pursue a degree in management. His favourite memory was getting pranked by the kids at the Masai Boma every night. Muhammad Ali would like to thank his mum and dad for their support.
Would the fourth row please rise? Jimmy Kiuya. Jimmy is still working on his plans for next year, although attending some cooking classes tops his list. His favorite memory was getting together at night during ESP to watch soccer matches. Jimmy would like to thank his mom and sister for their love and support, as well as Mr. Wilson and Mr. Tate for their guidance and for helping make IST feel like home.
Nathan Conga. Nathan plans on attending the University of Birmingham to major in business with economics. His favourite memory was climbing Kilimanjaro, as it was a great experience involving great people. Nathan would like to thank his parents for supporting and pushing him to meet his potential. He would also like to thank Ms. Plackmeyer, Ms. Evie, and his friends.
Vijay Krishnan. Next year, Vijay will attend the University of Warwick to study economics and industrial organization. His favorite memories involve Thyman 2017 with several of his friends. He would like to thank his brother for his guidance, his mom and his dad, Miss Watson and Miss Evie, as well as all of his friends.
Mizuki Kubota. Mizuki is looking forward to pursuing a degree in psychology next year. Her favorite memories have come from making new friends as she's moved and joined schools. Mizuki would like to thank her mum, dad, her sisters, her friends, and her teachers for their support.
Ali Ladha. Ali will be attending the University of British Columbia next year to study for a Bachelor of Science. His favorite memories came from the grade 11 induction trip. He would like to thank his mom and dad for all their efforts, love, and support throughout his life.
Adrian, Eric, Alexis, Marie, Loridon. Next year, Adrian will attend McGill University in Montreal. His favorite memories came from various trips and extracurricular activities, including volleyball. Adrian would like to recognize and thank his family, Mama, Papa, Alec, Stani, and Bapti.
Wema Lugala. Wema plans on pursuing computer science at Oakland University in Michigan next year. Her favorite memories came from the IB induction, which involved her whole grade and all her homeroom teachers. Wema would like to thank her parents for always pushing her to do her best and their consistent support throughout her academic career.
Shamrad Margeshwaran. Shamrad plans on pursuing law in the UK next year. His favorite memories are coming back to school after major holidays to see his closest friends and representing the Twiggers both at home and on ISEA tournaments. Shamrad would like to thank his Amma and Appa for pushing him throughout his journey. To his brothers Dash, Prash and the lads, and thanks to Ms. Evie, Ms. Watson, and to his football team for all the great memories.
Omar Mbaj. Next year, Omar will attend Howard University to pursue a degree in biomedical sciences. His favorite memory came from making it to the ICF finals with his brothers Cheo, Jesse, and Yenzi. Omar would like to thank his amazing teachers and friends, his father for his positivity, prayers, and support, his mother for being his role model and inspiration, and to Francis, who made this year possible.
Anne-Sophie Melson. Anne-Sophie is planning on taking a gap year next year to sail around the world. Her favourite memory came from the biology ESP trip in 2017 to Lazy Lagoon. Anne-Sophie would like to thank Mr. Patrick, her parents, and her friends for their support.
Mayenziwe Sizwele Mesaleko. Next year, Yenzi will be attending the Conservatorium van Amsterdam to study composition, performance, and commercial music. His favorite memory came from grade 10 personal project fair involving his entire grade. Yenzi would like to thank all of his teachers from the beginning of his schooling years to now, as well as his parents and his friends for their support.
Burhanuddin Mukadam. Burhanuddin has plans to pursue medicine, attending a university in Australia next year. His favourite memory was pushing the button to signify the end of CAS. Burhanuddin would like to thank God, his mother, father, and all his teachers.
Hamida Shabar Musa. Hamida is bound for the University of Warwick in the UK to study biomedical sciences next year. Her favorite memories were from watching the boys play cricket and having everyone laugh every time they messed up the game. Hamida would like to thank everyone, but most importantly, her parents, her friends, and Miss Abraменko.
Would the fifth row please rise? Bahati Mwambene. Bahati will be attending the University of British Columbia in the autumn to work towards a Bachelor of Arts. Her best memories have come through her performing at various occasions and being able to entertain her community. This has been her great job. Bahati would like to thank the Counselling Office and administration for their support. She would also like to thank all her teachers for their tireless support.
Ramanta plans on attending the University of Amsterdam to major in actuarial science. Her favorite memories came from English class with Miss Evie and Jocasta. Ramanta would like to thank her parents for their patience and love, and her friends and her teachers.
Tumaini Ngendaheho. Tumaini plans on attending Utrecht University, focusing on business economics next year. His favourite memories are of the Killy climb, biking ESP, geography class with his friends. Tumaini would like to thank his mum, she's the real GOAT, the greatest of all time, as well as his friends for keeping the day-to-day fun, and for his teachers who helped guide him through the IB.
Nazra Saloom and Guru. Next year, Nazra will be taking a gap year in her studies. Her favorite memory is of geography class with Miss Watson and her classmates. Nazra would like to thank her parents for their moral support, her teachers and her friends, especially Tara, Priya, and their families.
Pranit Oban. Pranit plans on studying accounts and finance next year. Her favourite memories came from IB induction in grade 11. She would like to thank parents and teachers for all their support.
Baba Tony Loba Osadina. Next year, Tony will attend the University of Reading to study business management. His favorite memory was representing IST in numerous ICEAs with his teammates. Tony would like to thank his coaches, Miss Bernadetta, and his parents for their support.
Simran Nikita Patel. Simran plans on attending the Loyola University of Chicago to study advertising and public relations. Her favourite memories came from all the school trips she went on, including skiing and Mount Meru. Simran would like to thank her parents, her sisters, her friends, Ms. Rolsey and Ms. Pooja. She would also like to thank Ms. Patel and Ms. Watson for always being there to listen.
Dia Patney. Next year, Dia will be studying Media, Communications, and Cultural Studies at Newcastle University. Her favorite memories came from history class with her peers. Dia would like to thank her family, friends, and her teachers for always believing in her.
Max Penanan Koch. Max has a gap year planned for next year. His favourite memories came from relaxing with his friends at the DYC. Max would like to thank his family for their support.
Maxine Peterson. Next year, Maxine will be taking a gap year. Her favorite memory came from her final football season and attending ICEA with her teammates. Maxine would like to thank her one and only high school principal for all his much appreciated support. She didn't necessarily want to do high school with you, but she couldn't have done it without you. To her mom, she wants to thank her for being a constant reminder of the person she aspires to be. Maxine says, "We did it."
Sabiha Mohammed Rahim. Sabiha plans on studying for a bachelor's in socio-legal studies next year. Her favourite memories came from laughing with the IB lounge and silent room squad during breaks. Sabiha would like to thank her mum for waking her up in the morning, packing lunch, giving her hugs when she was least wanted, and for tolerating her moods. to her dad for dropping her at school for the past 16 years and for always being supportive.
Ali Asghar Rajani. Ali Asghar will be studying in Iran next year to help strengthen his Islamic beliefs and knowledge. His favorite memory came from being involved in his first ever relay team to win a medal for the IST during the ISEA track and field. Ali Asghar would like to thank his parents, family, friends, classmates, teachers, and most importantly, Allah.
D.A. Shah. D.A. plans on pursuing business and finance in his future studies. His favourite memory are all the IBPL and Miogo sessions with his boys. D.A. would like to thank his teachers, friends, Ms. Siemens, Mr. Fitz, and especially would like to thank his mother and father for all their support.
The sixth row, please, guys. Nancy Audafis Shaw. Nancy will be attending the University of Edinburgh to study civil engineering. Her favorite memory was during physics class when they argued about the origin of the universe. Nancy would like to thank Miss Wright, Miss Esther, Angelica, Baz, and her family for their support.
Abir Sheikh. Abir will pursue a Bachelor of Design degree in India. Her favourite memory is spending time with her friends, may it be during ESPs or exams, because they always reminded her that she has a home away from home. Abir would like to thank her friends, her family, and her teachers for always being there for her. She would especially like to thank her mother for her constant, unwavering support during this turbulent year.
Anshika Somaya. Next year, Anshika will be attending Pace University to pursue a Bachelor of Business. Her favorite memories are being able to see her friends and spend time with them during breaks. Anshika would like to thank her family, friends, teachers, peers, and the support staff.
Angelica Jean Alexandra Spence. Angelica plans on attending Keele University to study medicine. Angelica would like to thank her family, friends, and her teachers for all their support.
Chanel Swanepoel. Chanel plans on attending university in South Africa. Chanel would like to thank Miss Evie, Miss Siemens, Miss Joyce, and Mr. Jardin for their support.
Zara Tajani. Next year, Zara will attend the University of Toronto to study international relations. Her favourite memory was compiling IST's legacy through the creation of the yearbook. Zara would like to thank her parents, siblings, and her family and friends, especially Rida and Fatima, for all their support, love, and kindness. As well, Ms. Vishuran for the math help and punctuality lessons.
Timo Telemans. Timo will be studying European law at Maastricht University next year. His favorite memories came from the in-between moments. Timo would like to thank his family, friends, and teachers for their support.
Barbara Harold Timu. Barbara plans on studying international studies and economics next year. Her favourite memory was watching Barbie in the AV theatre with Nuru, Fatima A, Fatima B, Hamida, Sandra, and Jenna. Barbara would like to thank all her friends, her sister, and Mammy for their support.
Sandra Harold Timo. Sandra plans on pursuing her studies in South Africa next year. Her favorite memories were of lunchtimes with Barbara, Nuru, and Jesse sharing one plate of food. Sandra would like to thank her mom, her dad, Harold, and her dad, Dennis. She would also like to thank her family and friends, and of course, her sister.
Aidan John Thayer. Aidan plans on studying sociology, focusing on criminology at Boys State University. His favourite memory was the IST football tournament with the boys and girls teams. Aidan would like to thank Miss Watson, Miss Cusson, and Miss Collins, all his friends for helping him through this year. He would also like to shout out to Mr. Hunt in Australia.
Tato van der Yacht. Next year, Tato will be studying for the International Bachelor of Arts and Culture at Erasmus University, Rotterdam. Her favorite memory came from the Moshi Sports Tournament in 2016, where the girls were the champions. Tato would like to thank her family here in Dar, as well as her family back home, for always being there for her.
Gonzalo Vélez de Sasa. Gonzalo plans on studying business and management in Madrid next year. His favourite memory was ISEA 2017 because he got to do what he likes most with the people he likes most. Gonzalo would like to thank his grandfather, whose character he admires and aspires to be like. He would also like to thank his mum, dad and brothers, who've always been there for him.
Veer Hitten Visaria. Veer will be attending Michigan State University to study supply chain management and logistics. His favorite memory was Thyman 2017 trip with his friends. Veer would like to thank his family, his friends, and his teachers.
Anna Bryn Wilson. Anna plans on attending the Savannah College of Art and Design to study performing arts. She would like to thank her biggest fans, Pete and Jenny, for teaching her that there is strength in being soft. Anna would like to recognise Ms. Monsieur Mazarin and Miss Milne, whose love for their subjects has inspired her. Lastly, Anna wants to thank her best friend Isaac for making this year worth it.
And finally, Sarah Zalke. Next year, Sarah will be studying criminology with forensics at the University of Hull. Her favorite memory was presenting her TOK skit with her group at induction. She felt it was the first time they really came together as a group. Sarah would like to thank her family, her friends, and all her teachers that supported her throughout these past 2 years.
Could the graduates please rise? I have the great honor to present to you all the graduates of the class of 2018 of the International School of Tanganyika. Congratulations.
And let me make one thing clear. Bra 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 staki kusikia. So simba so chui so mamba. Yangu inatosha kujigamba. Na sina maneno kwenye kanga. Kazi juu ya kazi yanibamba tubamba. Sasa unaweza kuzaa kisasa. Sisi yana fegi uchome kibanda. Kalale wote ndoto zako za kitanda. Si bado tuko macho mida ya wanga. Funga mkanda, kaza na kamba. Ama ufate yayo uchane msamba. Pasua miamba, pasua anga. Tunasemaga chambua kama karanga. Hey! maisha na muziki, acha maneno weka muziki, ukiwa sub kiwa hap kiwa juu kiwa chini piga muziki, safari na muziki, acha maneno weka muziki, kiba unachopenda ukitaka kucheza cheza muziki. Bambata, shika kamata, rumba chakata, kabonga mcheze shadata, shadata. Unataka kukimbia na una break, what do you expect? Bongo, bongo kwa tabu meki, cheza lokasa ya bongo wezi kumeki. Watch yourself, sije ukaji confuse. Msuko wa kuruka rege kwenye bluesi, una mchuzi, no excuse. Maisha yetu kila siku kama vile movie, vitu vingine vitakagi ujuaji. Utajikuta unatandikia watu jamvi, kusubiria hebe chini ya mnazi. Kumwelewesha chizi utajipa kazi, funga mkanda, kaza na kamba, ama ufate nyayo uchane msamba. Wasua miamba, wasua anga, tunasemaga chambua kama karanga. Maisha na muziki, acha maneno weka muziki, ukiwa sub kiwa hap kiwa juu kiwa chini piga muziki, safari na muziki, acha maneno weka muziki, kiba unachopenda ukitaka kucheza cheza muziki. Wanatamani tupotee kwenye map, tunapeleka get to the top top. I thought I told ya that we don't stop, don't stop, we don't stop. Wanatamani tupotee kwenye map, tunapeleka get to the top top. I thought I told ya that we don't stop, we don't stop.
IST is a true community school with a long history of educational excellence. Whether you're a short-term resident in Dar es Salaam or someone who considers this community to be your permanent home, IST is excited to welcome you to our vibrant learning environment. IST's foundation as a successful school is rooted in over 55 years of educational practice. We're really proud of what we've been able to accomplish and keen to continue our work to provide students with an amazing educational experience. Academically, we're an IB school and have been working to develop our PYP, MYP, and DP programs for many years. These frameworks provide our teachers with the curricular materials necessary to ensure that our students reach academic standards consistent with some of the best schools around the world. In addition to academics, IST offers an extremely comprehensive after-school program to help our students explore new interests and to pursue their individual passions. IST students are provided with a wide variety of athletic programs from elementary school right through secondary. As students improve their skills, more competitive opportunities are offered to compete with other schools here in Dar es Salaam, throughout Tanzania, as well as in other countries in East Africa. Our balanced educational program also offers our students many opportunities to explore the arts with visual arts, drama, band, and choir. These experiences help our students to develop their creativity, and displaying their work in exhibitions, concerts, and performances help our entire community to share in their success. As a school, we really see our mission come to life in our extensive service learning program. Through various service learning projects, IST students have the opportunity to make personal connections and to improve the lives of those around them. An ethos of service really pervades IST, and our combined belief that we all work together to make the world a better place is something that makes me extremely proud to be a member of this community. IST offers a rigorous and diverse program. That being said, we believe the real key to our success is working individually with each student to personalize their learning experiences. This belief is helping us to build on our current programs and to explore additional opportunities to innovate and to develop our students as the next generation of global leaders.